Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Stadium Rose. I am Allison Ladd. I serve as Mayor Raj J. Baraka's Deputy Mayor for Economic and Housing Development. It is my pleasure to be the MC for this exciting occasion, for this ribbon cutting of a beautiful, beautiful, affordable housing development that's here in our North Ward. So we have a great lineup of speakers, and we're going to get started right away. So first, I'm going to ask the developer to come up and give you a little bit more about the project and how we got here. So PJ, come on up, please. And I'm going to give you the microphone.
Oh.
And this is yes.
A microphone, something I've never seemed to have needed. Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. Something I do need, and this is a sad development.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, I apologize, I didn't think of that. First and foremost, development takes vision and execution, and I would be remiss if I did not first mention my partner, Joseph Rodriguez, for having an ample supply of both. Without Joseph, Stadium Rose does not happen. The city-owned warehouse, a picture of which we have been passing around, was something that was an eyesore and a detriment to this neighborhood for years. It was a high priority of Councilman Anibal Ramos to clean up this site, but it was too small for us to do much with. Joseph was the person who called me in late 2019 to mention that the house next door was for sale, and if we combined the two parcels, we could make an impact. On the execution side, no one was more married to this site day to day than Joseph. Stadium Rose received its zoning board approvals in February of 2020, and oh boy, did the world change 3 weeks later. I want to thank Jennifer Carrillo Perez, Esquire, for her work in obtaining our approvals and shepherding us through the pilot process during a very difficult time in our nation's history. I think, Director Ladd, we might have been the first Zoom pilot, the Zoom meeting pilot. I want to thank George Fernandez, our architect, for his vision and also having patience with Joseph and I and our panicked phone calls during this process. A big part of execution is financing, and there were many moments in this process when the numbers didn't quite line up. Ryan Greer, Dan Gonzalez, who is here with us today, and Providence Savings Bank was the team that got us into the end zone and connected the dots for us. I want to thank them again, because I've thanked them many times, for their insight, the education they provided us, and their commitment to Newark construction and permanent financing at a time when many banks are nervous about this sort of investment. I would be remiss, Mr. Gonzalez, if I didn't give a shout out to our Paula, the keeper of funds in your construction department. She has been amazing and super helpful. Thank you to our construction team, Cesar Martinez of V&P Martinez, Albert Electric, GPH Mechanical, Kukin Brothers, Harry and Jason of 24/7 Fire Protection, Coney Elevators, Mex Concrete, and a whole host of others. We had very little drama, and everyone on site was a team player. My father was born and raised in Newark, started our business in 1970. And when I was old enough to be able to intelligently answer the question, what does your dad do for a living? I would say, my father buys old buildings that are in poor condition and then fixes them and rents them out to people who need housing. I always took a lot of pride that our tenants live in nice places. But new construction is a different animal. And for that, I need to thank the pioneer in this new wave of development for our city that our city has enjoyed over the last decade. I saw the mayor speak one day about Ron Bate and Teachers Village in downtown Newark. And he was speaking about how many people talked about development, but that our mayor was impressed about how Ron executed the vision. Well, Mr. Mayor, as the property manager of Teachers Village since it opened, and the person who personally leased the first 100 or so units, I can say that Ron gave me the courage to take this next leap. I want to thank the staff at Colello Agency, right around the corner, my office manager, Blanca Velez, who lives 2 blocks west of here, Myrna Cruz, we're thinking about you today, Myrna, Arlie Rosales, happy birthday, Arlie, Gladys Masonave, Junior Rosario, Ramiro Torres, Antonia Moquette, and Jesse Barrentos. Thanks, team, for all of the hard work and support. Property management is a grind, but I know that we wake up every morning trying to do the right thing and what's best for our tenants. I would like to thank Director Ladd, Taquan Williams, and Frank Barra for their guidance and partnership in the Affordability Office. They made this process simple and seamless to obey, and we can already see that 100% of our affordable units will be leased to current Newark residents in need of good quality affordable housing. I hope you... Please take an extra 5 or 10 minutes. I've got office stuff here. We've got some 1-bedrooms and 2-bedrooms upstairs on the 5th floor. There is a beautiful view of School Stadium. You can watch football from the apartments. And then on this side of the property, you can see the cathedral quite clearly. Mr. Mayor, thank you for being a visionary and for your management of the city and putting good people in the right places to help shepherd this type of development forward. These small to mid-sized projects within our neighborhoods have a massive impact, and I know that this supports your long-term vision for the city. Thank you, Councilman Anibal Ramos. Really the original visionary of we must do something with this site. You never gave up accepting that nasty warehouse in our backyard, and you never gave up on us. You understand the wheels and inner workings of government, and there is no way to execute this vision if you don't have that knowledge and expertise. We were never calling you to ask what the next step was. You were calling us, pushing along to say, how are we doing and do you need help? I know that Joseph and I have worked hard to make sure this property was something that you could be proud of. Thank you to Councilman Quintana and Gonzalez for your continued friendship and support, for checking in on us and always asking if there was anything that you could do to help. To my father and mother, both of whom are here and both of who have worked at Colello Agency my entire life. I am very fortunate indeed to have such amazing parents. Dad, this is the future of your original vision. And if we can just keep you off of 20-foot ladders, I know we have so much more in store. Lastly, to my bride, my high school sweetheart, Diane, Dr. Diane Colello, who also works in Newark as the executive and medical director of our New Jersey State Poison Control Center at University Hospital. I promise, in front of all of these dignitaries and friends, that our kitchen will be redone before we break ground on anything else. That's all for our side on the development side, other than to really encourage you and ask to please take a few minutes to take a quick tour, because we're proud of what we've done. Thank you so much, Director.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Congratulate PJ and Colello Agency again. It's an amazing feat. And we're really excited again to be here at Stadium Rose. So at this time, I'd like to ask our esteemed council members to have a few remarks. We're going to be led by our council member of the North Ward, Anibal Ramos, and then also council member Quintana and council member Gonzalez. We look forward to hearing everything you have to say about this wonderful site and this new development. And thank you always for your partnership to the mayor and our administration. Councilmember Ramos.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's definitely a great day for our city, for our ward. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate, I don't know where the heck to put this thing there, to congratulate PJ, Joseph, and Pepe. You know, PJ brought back some bad memories when he shared this photo with me, because he reminded me how ugly this site used to be. And when I first got elected in '06, this was one of the very few city-owned parcels in the ward that for whatever reason was abandoned and neglected for decades. There were different organizations that were yielded the property over the years by previous mayors, but that never resulted into anything positive for this neighborhood. This is one of our very small commercial corridors, right? We have a number of small businesses that surround this property. And when PJ and Pepe came to me and they said, look, you know, we're looking to buy the property next to the warehouse. If we're able to package it with the warehouse, which is owned by the city, we could put something that's substantial in this neighborhood and a project that everyone in our community can be proud of. The one thing PJ didn't mention is that, the mayor championed this affordable housing requirement when it comes to new construction in our city. And the threshold is 20%. And Allison could probably attest to the fact that developers come up with all kinds of reasons why they have a hard time meeting that 20% requirement. PJ, Joseph, and Pepe, they exceeded that 20% requirement without any argument. And that shows you that you could build beautiful market rate housing and at the same time include affordability without them having to pull, a lot of pressure. So again, congratulations to you, PJ, to Joseph, to Pepe. This is gonna do a lot to help us transform this neighborhood. There's a big city-owned lot on the corner, Deputy Mayor and Mayor, that's also been abandoned for quite some time. And I'm hopeful that we can mirror a project like this there. We're walking distance from the city subway. We have major bus lines that run through Bloomfield Avenue. We have two of the best elementary schools in the city within walking distance. This Roseville Avenue neighborhood is an amazing place to live, and it couldn't be in better hands than with PJ and his crew. And let me tell you, I learned a lot about housing from PJ. He's no nonsense when it comes to being a landlord. He's evicted a few of my friends over the years. And so it tells you that he really takes his job seriously. And I know that building this is one thing, but making sure that it's in the hands of an entity that can manage it well and keep the neighborhood clean is very important. And I know PJ is going to do a great job. And I want to thank the mayor and his team. When this idea first came up, Allison, without hesitation, really thought it was a great concept for the neighborhood, and it wouldn't have happened without your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Ramos. If I could ask Councilmember Quintana if you would come up and say a few words, and then thereafter we'll hear from Councilmember Gonzalez, who also happens to chair our Tax Abatement Committee.
Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor and Mayor Ras J. Baraka, and all that are here today, and to my grammar school buddy that went to grammar school together, Pepe, Joseph's father, and the Colellos. I know you from when I worked at the North Ward Center, when I was coming about. But you know what's interesting? Councilman Ramos and I go to the games for Barringer, and when Thanksgiving. One year we play in East Orange, and one year we play here at School Stadium. And as this project was going forward, Councilman Ramos kept talking about, look, it's growing up. And it was so, the pride of Newark is important. This is pride. Pat, your family has been here a long time and done so much. If you look at all the Colello buildings throughout the city, they're all in mint condition. There's no garbage in front. It's all ideal. So again, Mayor Baraka, your father and I went to Barringer. So that stadium is very important as an alumni of Barringer High School. See, I'm from Newark, so I can say Barringer High School. And what better, Deputy Mayor, than this kind of building? Years ago, our community there was a time we could not come through these areas of this part of the city. As the back then, because you would only have to be on a certain part of the city. This area would not rent. There was areas in this area that would say, we don't rent to different ethnic groups. And it was really bad. I don't want to get into it because it's not appropriate to say what happened. As a person who's a historian of the city and a gatekeeper of the city, I've seen the struggles. I remember there was a bar there where Councilman Ramos alluded to. And that was like, you couldn't get in there. If you did not match who you were supposed to be, you couldn't go in there. So again, this area has always been important. But for me, it is important that we now can have mixed housing and everybody can live in a village, in a community. Thank you, Councilman Ramos, because you kept talking about, hey, what's happening with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce? Because they had it one time. And he says, and I said, they're not going to do nothing with it, Mayor, because they had it sitting there. And to see it today, thank you so much. Continue doing projects like this, and I think all of us together, with a good quarterback on our team, the mayor, and his team, we could do this together. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Quintana. And now at this time, I'd love to have Councilmember Carlos Gonzalez come up. Councilmember leads our Tax Abatement Committee on the behalf of the Municipal Council, and it's always a pleasure to be in the same space as you. Here you are, sir.
Thank you, Allison. It's indeed a pleasure for me to be here today to celebrate what it was. This Angelo's, I remember, was a place where we brought the rocks to be cut, and to Angelo's apparently died, and the property became in disrepair. So this place here is a symbol of what can be, a symbol of, if we work together, we can have nice residential buildings in the city of Newark that comply with all the ordinances of the city. We in the Tax Abatement Committee look forward to working with people like Pepe and Mr. Carrero, because it's imperative that we provide affordable housing to the residents of the city of Newark. I am glad that all the people that are going to be living here in the affordable housing units are from the city of Newark. Today we were having a conversation in the council meeting about providing housing for the people of the city of Newark. I'm glad that here we are providing that housing, because we have a lot of people in the city of Newark that cannot afford the market rate rentals in the city as they stand today. And based on what is happening in the economy these days, the housing rentals are going to go up substantially because of the tariffs and the cost of the new buildings that are going to happen in the city of Newark. We in the Tax Abatement Committee look forward to assisting individuals like you that comply with all the ordinances of the city. Let me say that we will have in the future, hopefully, better service in terms of the inspections. That Pepito has always complained to me that if they say we're willing to pay more if the inspections are done on time, and I believe that we have spoken about this, and I hope that we can hire more inspectors or have agreements with the towns around us that would provide inspectors so that we can, let's say, expedite the process of completion to rental of these units. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you, Councilmember Gonzalez. Again, we always value your support as we move projects forward, especially those that are receiving tax abatements and payment in lieu of taxes in our city. At this time, I'm proud to introduce my mayor, Mayor Ras J. Baraka, who will be providing a few remarks.
Thank you. Just want to thank PJ. I know the agency has been in the city for more than 20, 30 years. We appreciate your commitment to our community, to the city overall. Most of these things have happened in the last 10, 11 years that we've tried to build affordable housing, put people in homes, put Newarkers in them. And we're glad that you are doing that along with many other people. I want to thank Allison and the deputy mayor for all the work that you've been doing. Taquan for making sure that the first dibs ordinance that we created actually is functioning. I think we have over 70% of those affordable, almost 80 now, affordable housing units have Newark residents in them now across the city of Newark because of the work that he's been doing. So, he's doing a great job. I want to thank the council people, particularly the Northborough councilman, Anibal Ramos, for having the wherewithal to say we need to do something about this building. A lot of times people drive past stuff and put it on Facebook or Instagram or complain or come to the council meeting and complain. Council people too come to the council meeting and complain. But it's more to fixing the city than just Instagram, to be able to get there and say, this is what I need, this is what we need to happen, and work with partners to make this a reality is good. And the fact that you did it through COVID makes it even better. And this was a building that was abandoned, connected to city-owned property. So you were able to buy city property, parcel some pieces together. I know that's a big feat get the permits, do all the things that you needed to do, right? Get the approvals, go to the zoning board, all the stuff that you needed to do, and get this project done. It's amazing, and I think a lot of people will benefit from being here. This neighborhood will benefit from it as well. And most importantly, the market will benefit because people will see that this is a successful building, that you're renting it out and people are in it and they'll build something else. The market dictates that, and so once this building is successful, it'll make sure that other buildings come online because people won't have the fear to build because you were a pioneer in this area. So thank you, appreciate you, and all the folks that helped make this a reality today. God bless you.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining us for our short program around the ribbon cutting for Stadium Rose. At this time, we would like to actually cut a ribbon. So, but again, thank you for coming out and congratulations to everybody.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.